Hi, I'm Donna Johnson. I'm so glad you came today. When I first heard about this contest being for Philadelphia cream cheese, I was so excited because it's the first thing that comes to mind when I think of Philadelphia cream cheese is cream cheese frosting. So I was so anxious for the dessert week to come because I already knew what I was going to make. Cream cheese frosting is probably the planet's most perfect food. And as I was thinking about how to develop a new recipe, I don't know how you could improve on cream cheese frosting, but I thought, well, what about strawberries? Now that knows somebody's probably already thought of that. So then I thought, what about caramel? And I thought, caramel sounds like a great idea. And when I think of caramel, it makes me think of apples, caramel apples. One of my all-time favorite foods as a kid growing up, and it just makes me think of home and makes me think of just warm, fuzzy things. So I thought, I'm going to do caramel apple cupcakes with a caramel cream cheese frosting. And nobody else is going to think of that. Well, when I Googled it, not so much. There's a lot of different recipes out there for caramel apple cupcakes. But I hope that maybe something about mine is a little different, and I hope you learned something from watching me today. So let's get started. The first thing we're going to do is start with a spice cake mix. And I don't have a problem starting with cake mix because basically it's just saving you some steps without having to do all the dry ingredient sifting and everything. So if it's homemade or semi-homemade, whatever you want to call it, I didn't go to the store and buy it. So as far as I'm concerned, it's homemade. So to our cupcake mix, we're going to add a half a cup of oil, a half a cup of apple juice, or you can use water if you don't have apple juice, half a cup of sour cream, and 2 cups of chunky applesauce. And then for our caramel, I've got caramel apple dip. We're going to use a half a cup of caramel apple dip. You can find this in the produce section, usually over by apples. And now we're going to add a half a teaspoon of cinnamon. And a teaspoon of vanilla. So now we've got all of our ingredients in our bowl, and we're just going to mix these all together. Okay. Now I've cracked our eggs, 3 large eggs, into a bowl. They're room temperature, and it's a good idea to crack them into a bowl, and that way if you get shells in there, you're not getting them into your cake mix. And we're just going to add these one at a time and beat really well in between. Here I have a half a cup of chopped glazed pecans, and I've just finely grated those in the food processor. And I'm going to reserve a little bit of it for the top of the cupcakes later. So just put those in and we'll mix those all together. Okay, now our cupcake batter is all made. And I've lined a large muffin pan with cupcake liners. And I have about a large size ice cream scooper. And I just usually use this to fill my muffin cups, but about 2/3 full. And we've got the oven on 350, and so we're just gonna fill our muffin cups. Okay. And that's about how full you want them. Now our cupcakes are all ready to go in the oven, and we're going to bake these on 350 for about 20 minutes. And while those are baking, we're going to make our cream cheese frosting. I think that Philadelphia cream cheese is what makes this frosting everything that it is. You can use this on any cake, any kind of cupcake. This one in particular has caramel in it today, but if you just take out the caramel, the same recipe can be used for any type of dessert that you want to frost. In this bowl, I have a stick of butter that's room temperature. I have an 8-ounce package of Philadelphia cream cheese softened to room temperature. I have 3 cups of powdered sugar. I have a 1/2 cup of the caramel apple dip that we used earlier, and we're going to use a teaspoon of vanilla. I'm going to cream the butter, and then we're going to dump in our cream cheese. We're going to cream these together until they're nice and smooth, and until it looks like that. To that, we're going to add our caramel apple dip and a teaspoon of vanilla. I can't believe I made it through making this frosting without anybody coming in here and stealing one of the beaters. I still can't help myself. I still have to lick the beaters like a little kid. So now we have our frosting all mixed up, and it's beautiful and creamy, and we'll just wait for the cupcakes to come out, and we'll cool those down real quickly in the refrigerator, and then after the cupcakes are cool, we'll frost them. And this can sit out at room temperature until the cupcakes are ready. All right? So our cupcakes are out of the oven, and oh, I wish you could smell it in here. It smells amazing. Our cream cheese frosting is all done, and what I've done is I've gone ahead and scooped it into a piping bag, and if you fit the piping bag into a tall glass while you fill it, it makes filling it a little easier. I like to leave a nice big opening in the bottom of this, and I like to pipe large frosting, I guess tubes or whatever you want to call it, onto my cupcakes. So we're just going to go ahead and start to frost our cupcakes. There. Oh, that looks beautiful. I think maybe we'll just do... Nope, I liked it the first way better. All right. Okay, and the last one, this one's for me. Oh, beautiful. Now I had saved some of our chopped glazed pecans from earlier, and I'm just going to sprinkle a few of those over the top of these. I mean, a cupcake's just a cupcake, but without the frosting, it's nothing. You get a shot of that? Oh. It's like food porn. It's amazing. It's just beautiful. It's perfect food. But what really makes it is the cream cheese frosting. You're going to want to run right out and get all the ingredients so you can make these for yourselves. All right. Bye, everybody. Have a good day.